everybody, and thank you for joining the Scottsdale Area Chamber of Commerce podcast. And we're very excited for the new evolution of adding video to our podcast. We've been blessed to have a series of great speakers, and today is going to be no different. But a big shout out to Star Worldwide and Robin and the team to help bring us on video, as well as a great podcast. And a shout out to Myra Bennett from the Scottsdale Chamber of Commerce for helping us pull this all together as our producer. So with that, my name is Mark Stanton. I serve as the president and CEO of the Chamber, and we've got a great subject matter today about a gem in Scottsdale of education and business, and that is the Scottsdale Community College. It's a wonderful school. It has been a mainstay of this community for decades and decades, and we're very lucky today because we have Dr. Eric Leshinskie, who's the president of Scottsdale Community College, to join us. And if you're not familiar with SCC, Scottsdale Community College, it is a remarkable, diverse program that offers certifications and degrees. They serve over 10,000 students a year. They have over 100 different programs that you can get involved in, and that may be if you're trying to expand your career or break into a new career, or if you're just starting your career. And I'm very proud that Dr. Leshinskie has brought some time with us today, as well as we've got two special guests in addition. Dave Pratt, of course, from Star Worldwide, the mayor, very grateful for all of his support and help with the chamber, and Michael Spangenberg from State 48, and he'll be chatting with us in just a few minutes. But let's lead off and talk to Dr. Leshinskie. Dr. Leshinskie, could you give us a snapshot? I mean, SCC has come so far, and in the past couple of years coming out of COVID, you and the rest of the Fighting Artichokes, which of course is the mascot, the Artichokes, have really gone above and beyond and done some amazing things. Can you give us a quick snapshot of where the college is now and some of the highlights?
Absolutely, Mark. And first, thank you so much for having us here. Scottsdale Community College, we are so proud to be Scottsdale's community college. Two very distinct factors about who we are. First, we are located on the tribal land of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community, and we take that location to heart, and we do our best to steward the land and be great partners to SRP MIC. Additionally, as you mentioned, we are indeed the Fighting Artichokes. We're very proud. Yep, go Chokes, Chokes up. We are very proud of that mascot name, and it's something we love to tell that story, and if time permits, we'll tell that story at some point today, how we became the Artichokes. What's special about Scottsdale Community College is we continue to be a workforce development provider for all businesses in the Scottsdale area and the surrounding community. We also are a transfer institution that students start with us with the intent to transfer. We're working very hard to offer our courses at a flexible schedule format, whether that's a 16-week class, 14 weeks, 12 or 8-week classes. We have the length of time for you, and also we're offering them in multiple formats, the traditional in-person experience, but we also have online and hybrid course offerings. SCC truly is a gem with our fine and performing arts, our athletic programs. We have a renowned School of Film and Theater, which was recently named Top 50 by Variety magazine in the United States.
Wow.
A culinary program, nursing, healthcare, IT, interior design. We really have a gamut of workforce development opportunities. We're so proud to be members of the Scottsdale Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're so proud to partner with great organizations like State 48, and we do our best to be that willing partner in the community.
Thank you, Dr. Leshinskie. And there's so much more. If we're going to go look at SCC, what's the website you want us to go to?
Sure. Please go to www.scottsdalecc.edu. And we are, of course, located right off the 101 in Chaparral.
Outstanding. And we're blessed today because we are, our inaugural video podcast, which is such a, by the way, do I look good? Am I holding it together?
You're looking great.
So the other opportunity today, in addition to Dr. Leshinskie, is we thought it would be great to bring in some alumni that have gone through programming at SCC. And I have taken many classes there myself, and I talked to so many business leaders that have gone through SCC in one iteration or another. And it was a good idea to bring a couple of folks in and that have experienced firsthand what they've seen and how they've utilized that in their career. And to begin, I'd like to ask Dave Pratt to give a little bit of his background on it.
I'm with some big hitters here today. I better be on my A game. So Scottsdale Community College was a great place for me to come 45 years ago. I'm an out-of-state guy. So I grew up in a small town up in Nevada. And my dad was kind of old school to where he wanted me to pay for half my tuition. So I had to get a job when I came down to Arizona. I had to pay for half my tuition. And SCC certainly was a lot more attractive than going right to ASU. Plus, maybe my grades weren't too great. I know Michael won't admit that for himself, but for me, SCC was a good fit. And it was 1979. I was there 79 and 80, and I loved it. When I stepped on campus, it's the biggest campus I had ever stepped on. And I'm sure that the enrollment back then wasn't nearly what it is today at 7 to 10,000, but still, to me, it was huge. I mean, I had a different instructor for every class. I'm from a small town, Mark. I wasn't used to that. But it was really nice. I didn't have any friends in Arizona, and SCC was obviously a lot smaller than ASU, and I just felt more able to, make friends, make relationships that I still have today, by the way. And it was just a fun fit. I will tell you, my first day on campus, there was a large statue of an artichoke that I took a photo with, and I sent it back to my hometown paper saying, hey, I'm a fighting artichoke. And at the first football game, there was actually a mascot in pink and green, and he had tights on. You remember this? I'm not giving up any info I shouldn't, right?
Nope.
He had tights on, and he had an artichoke outfit on. And I thought, that is so unique. With college names, there's so many that are alike. Like if you take Wildcats, no offense to U of A, there's 20 different Wildcats across the nation. But the two schools I went to, the Artichokes and the Sun Devils, both very unique. And I've always been proud to be an Artichoke. So it's really cool to be on the show today.
Well, we're thrilled and grateful for you, again, helping us create this podcast, videocast, but also the experience that you shared about Scottsdale Community College. And now that we're on video, it's sort of, I'm kind of kicking myself thinking, why didn't we bring Artie the Artichoke on as well? But maybe we'll do that in a future cast. But I would like to go to Michael. Now, Michael is the founder and the president of State 48, another fighting artichoke. Yep. So give us a snapshot of State 48 and what your business does and your experience with SCC.
Yeah, so I'm 39 years old. I was born and raised in Arizona, which was actually rare growing up here. So I've always had a passion for entrepreneurship and a love for our state. But my first job was cleaning dishes at a Residence Inn by Marriott. So I've always been in the hospitality, industry, and I've always loved people, and I've wanted to pursue the hotel industry, restaurant management degree program through Scottsdale Community College. So that's where my experience came from, is going there and working full time at the hotel, and then working, or going to school part time. So I had a lot of night school, a lot of kind of in between. But State 48 was born in 2013. After I realized like school and hotel world wasn't for me, just to represent Arizona in a positive and fashionable way. We've become so much more than just selling T-shirts and hats. We have a State 48 Foundation and a 501c3 that supports local entrepreneurs. So if anyone's not familiar with State 48, we want to be known for just setting a positive example in our state that we love the most.
Well, you got to be proud of that. And I know that Dave alluded to your grades. I asked Dr. Leshinskie to bring your transcript, but unfortunately, I think you left that in the car.
Yeah,
so
we have to protect
we
his
won't
privacy.
dive into that.
I did well in school when it was about subjects that I was like passionate about.
There you go. The commonality here is that you both had such great positive experiences, and that's part of what the overall shift has been, where there was that expectation that you had to do this, to do this, to do this. But a program that's brought forward through SCC gives a lot of versatility and availability for burgeoning business leaders or folks, as I mentioned, that may be retooling their career. Dr. Leshinskie, can you give us a little snapshot of how that works and how you're working with the business community? So people that like Michael, who've come through and shifted his career a little bit different, and our other fighting artichoke pal, Dave, how are you working and reaching out to that audience?
Sure, absolutely. So we are very excited that we're launching two aspects within the college. One, we now have our Workforce and Community Connections office, which is an office that will do just that, reach out to local businesses, see what their needs are. And if the needs are about developing the workforce, a pipeline to the company, if you will, we'll look to tailor whatever educational programs we have to meet your needs. We also have a growing career services office, and really what's a big interest right now is the growth of internships. Our students truly want to have that relevant workforce-related educational experience, and an internship can provide that. We're so excited that businesses are very willing to offer paid internships as well, because as you both know from your college experience and my mine as well, the paid internship adds value. You get the workforce, you get the work experience you need. It takes your time. Time is money. Right now, we're competing with many of the local industries who are up their per hour rate. Students are debating, do I go to college or do I take that first job? May not lead to a career, but it's going to meet an immediate need. So we're doing our best to create programs that allow students to work and learn at the same time. And that's actually the name of the program that we have, Work and Learn, where business and industry invest in their talent. They will cover the cost of tuition, but the students will then also be working and learning at the same time. So we have many ways that we're trying to reach out and to connect to the business community through internships, work and learn programs, anything we can do to help meet the workforce needs.
Well, it's needed, and one of the questions that come up weekly in the chamber circles, and that's the concept of what is workforce development. How are we looking at that as business leaders? I'm very proud that Scottsdale Community College and Dr. Leshinskie have been really side-by-side partners with the Chamber on so many ways, hosting our Chamber University program, which offers monthly activities and learning sessions for businesses of all sizes, and grateful for your partnership with that, as well as an internship program, which we take advantage of, and it's helped our Chamber staff immeasurably because we can tap into those resources, and it's wonderful. We've done it for several years, and we continue to do it. Let me ask all three of you about where you are in recruitment and what you're seeing, especially with Dave. You've got a number of businesses that through obviously your digital and audio formats of podcasts, but you've got the Pratt Agency, which has got a lot of business engagement. Let's talk about how business recruitment, where are we finding the employees and what are we looking for from your standpoints?
Yeah, so from our end, we have two branches to our company. We have the network, which is where we are right now, that does podcasts and vodcasts and production for all sorts of different companies. A lot of the commercials that you see on television, or if you sit on an airline and there's a video playing, or if you're in a hotel and they have a home channel that shows their spas and restaurants, there's a chance that could be us. That's what we do on the network side. On the other side, which is the mothership, is the Pratt Marketing Agency, which is a full-service marketing agency. And to answer your question, when we look for skilled people, we always look local first. And we're really lucky because we're in Scottsdale, and I've been telling you this. I'm a Scottsdale guy, and you know this.
Oh, yeah.
All four of my kids born in Scottsdale 45 years ago when I moved to Scottsdale. An artichoke, lived in Scottsdale then, live in Scottsdale now. All four kids still live in Scottsdale. And guess what? Our business is in Scottsdale too. So we look at Scottsdale first. And Arizona, I love all of Arizona. But we always look at Scottsdale first, not just because of the proximity to our studios and our agency, but there's so much good talent here. Why look elsewhere first? Now, if we can't find what we need, which has never happened in Scottsdale, then we're happy to look elsewhere. But Scottsdale's been a real hotbed for us.
Good to know. And you work with so many businesses that are in the same space of looking for talent. And Michael, let's ask about that in particular with your business model. How are you recruiting? What are you seeing? And what are you looking for new employees?
I mean, we're a small business of 26, so we have it a little easier. But I will say what we take a lot of pride in is showing our community our culture. And that's so, and people say that word so much, but like putting it out there that we want people to have fun at work, and we spend so much time with each other. Like we really want to work with people we love and we trust. So it's always people first for us. Thankfully we don't, it's really, we're so involved with like the customer service side. It's the building relationship side. Even with the nonprofit side, it's all the same. And so I'm grateful that, hiring's never really been a major challenge for us. Now, the more we grow and we have our fourth retail location up in North Phoenix, when we're looking for, great team members that are in certain areas, that could be a little bit more challenging. But because of what we built and what we stand for, and people know that there's no BS and no PC to who we are, it's just promoting love in Arizona. People are contagious to want to be a part of it. Like I'm just so grateful for anyone who takes a leap of faith with State 48. We've had so many people move on from Lululemon to come work with us, and we have, our executive director of the foundation came from Valleywise, a very established organization. So I'm just so proud of what we've built, and we're still building. But a lot of it, it's just like it's all about the people and the passion. And you better love Arizona, because otherwise we'd be frauds, right? Promoting the great state if you're a Dodger fan or this or that. But it always starts with people and service and culture first. And we want to be known for impact, and hopefully we align with that. And that's kind of a non-negotiable if you're going to join the State 48 team.
Well, it's a great brand, and it's got great energy. The folks that I've met that work with you, but also the buzz on the street about what State 48 is. And what a great product
you.
that you're offering, and great energy to the community. I'd ask Dr. Leshinskie, in your space as the president of SCC, and how you're encouraging the engagement. It's a competitive set out there for people that are wanting to go to a college, another college, ASU or someplace else, or maybe it's a technical school. When you're working with the business community, and I know you do closely, how are you channeling that? Are you taking a lot of input and then trying to translate that into programs for students?
Absolutely. And so, first, please call me Eric, by the way. How pretentious do I sound?
Absolutely, Dr.
Eric
Leshinskie.
My goodness.
Absolutely.
Or head artichoke. That's fine, too.
All right,
either
head
way.
artichoke.
So we definitely work with our business community. We listen first. We hear what needs there are. If we have the existing curriculum, we'll then, of course, do our best to offer those courses, but we can do so in a flexible format. It can be, of course, on our campus, but it can also be at the site itself, if that's helpful. We can do so in a cohort-based. We can do so in ways that hopefully meet your needs. If we do not have that curriculum at play, we have such talented faculty that will be able to develop and design what that next curriculum could look like to help meet the business members' needs. But we also emphasize that we truly are an amazing value for the quality of what's given. We're $97 per credit hour if you're coming
That's
for
amazing.
a credit. That's a third of the cost of most universities in our state, and it's a wonderful value. I hesitate to say we're cheap because I don't like using that phrasing, because quite honestly, the value of instruction that's given, the small class sizes, the interaction with an incredible, talented instructor, that's what makes our difference. In the workforce area, many of our full-time faculty have been in business and industry already. Our hospitality faculty, as an example, come from the hospitality industry. Our culinary faculty have been chefs and pastry chefs within five-star restaurants, if you will. So we have expertise from the real world, if you will, in the classroom working with our students. And that to me also sets apart what we're offering. So then when our industry and business partners connect with our faculty, it's a very symbiotic conversation. We're very current in the field, and we do our best to design an educational package, if you will, that'll meet their needs.
And what about a placement program within Scottsdale Community College? Is there a service that you offer to the students that can help
so
them?
we have a career services office that we've just opened up this past year, and the spirit of that is to help place our students into respectable job-earning, wage-earning positions within the Valley. But also, again, our faculty also serve as that great conduit as well. Many have connections within certain industries and fields that help to get the word of mouth going for our students. And we're encouraging our students to become very involved with social media, whether it's LinkedIn, any way to get their portfolio out in the area to be more competitive in the job market. We definitely encourage the best of our ability.
Well, I know that we have started off the discussion about Scottsdale Community College, and I know you're part of a bigger operation with the Maricopa County Community College system, but we look at you as our gem. And I think the mayor here, Dave Pratt, or should I say Dr. Pratt, has
You
been.
wouldn't believe what people call me. You're safe.
Well, I see it. I see it quite frequently that folks have had the experience of either, like Michael, going through some period of their education, or Dave, you as well. We were talking about David Spade, that he attended Scottsdale Community College.
Yeah, he was like 3 years behind me. I don't know, Michael. You were probably around that era, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 39, so however.
Oh,
that
you're
shakes
way
out,
back,
yeah.
buddy. You're young.
We
You're a
got
baby.
socks older than you. We don't even.
Although
worry
I'm
about that.
starting to feel like the old dude, especially at work, and back even we had the principal at Chandler High visiting today, and that was my high school I went to, and then telling back in my days, Chandler High was the only high school in Chandler until Hamilton and all these great high schools showed up.
I do brag about you being an artichoke, and you know what's kind of cool, Michael? You and I, as we went to SCC, I knew what I wanted to do.
Yep.
You didn't. You knew you wanted to be in the people business. You were there in hospitality. And that's what's really good about community colleges, because you don't have to figure it out right away. I was lucky. But how many 17 or 18-year-olds really know what they want to do? So to follow up on what, can I call you Eric too? Is
Absolutely.
that okay? God, I'm
Please
big
do.
time
We're all
now.
friends now. It's
Okay.
over now.
To follow
We're
up on
family.
what Eric said, that really hit home. $97 a credit. So think about this. And I'm going to give my endorsement now for Scottsdale Community College, okay? $97 a credit. So to get your basics out of the way, as you decide what you want to do in your major, you can do 50 credits for under $5,000. And those credits are just as good as you're going to get at a 4-year university. Get the basics out of the way in a smaller community where you can concentrate. And sometimes, although I certainly enjoyed my social life, but you can concentrate a little bit more. get it out of the way at a lower cost with still really good academics, and then you can bounce to whatever four-year college you want. I think that's a really good game plan. How did I do, Eric? Did I do a good job as your endorsement?
Absolutely. Great endorsement.
To add on to that too, I mean, I've always had to earn everything I had in life, right? So when I started working at the hotel, like the day I could legally work at 15 years old in 7 months, like I've had to pay for my first car. I had to go to school on my dime, and that's where SCC was a natural fit for me, of being already in the hotel industry. And I'm going to pursue this. School was never a major strength of mine, but when it evolved, like the reality of the business world, like I did well. But that was always very helpful for me to be able to, that I had to pay for everything, is that I could afford that education, and I could be flexible. I can go at night, or I can go during classes, and that was made for long days, but it was worth it.
You can see Michael clearly has that characteristic of grit, resilience. That's what our students have. They're your story too. 75% of our students are part-time students working, whether a full-time or part-time job as well. They have so many obstacles they've overcome to achieve what they've achieved. So when you bring them into your workforce, you're getting a hardworking, dependable, smart, committed, gritty, for lack of a better phrase, student that becomes your employee. So your stories are very typical of what we currently still see. And again, you said it beautifully, as what a wonderful opportunity for our students to explore, figure out who they want to become, where they want to go. And if it's on to university, even better, because in the state of Arizona, all of our credits seamlessly transfer to our 3 state universities and Grand Canyon University as well as a partner. So it's a wonderful, beautiful way to start, get yourself going, figure out where you want to go. And if you transfer on, great. And if you go into the workforce, even better, because I'm confident that they're going to be more than prepared to be a successful employee.
And Eric, I know that Michael's a humble guy, but the truth is, it's a great inspiration, because it's somebody that went to SCC, stayed in Arizona, created a very unique business that carries the Arizona flag and collaborates. Instead of selling, there's more collaboration, and that's what State 48's all about. But this is somebody who came out of our state, stayed in our state with a creative idea that became successful. I think that that's a great inspiration for anybody going into college that's not quite sure what they want to do. Michael's a good example. You don't need to know what you want to do then. Get there and figure it out. But in the meantime, get your basics out of the way.
Well, I think that's incredibly valuable to what the flexibility. And I do know that you offer 4-year degrees now, which is outstanding. Congratulations on that. And always getting high marks from different education accolades. One of the things we haven't touched on, and we only have just a few more minutes, but the culture on campus. I think that there's a concept of, it's community college, it's in a warehouse tucked away somewhere, and you got to work around pallets of whatever. No. It's a gorgeous campus. How big is the campus?
Yeah, absolutely. We're 150 acres, a beautiful campus, again, located on the land of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. At the center of campus is Two Waters Circle, a beautiful riparian area that is just a living pond. That's a classroom, if you will. It is a gorgeous campus. The facilities are state-of-the-art. We have a fitness and wellness center that's a wonderful fitness center. I encourage anyone who's listening or watching to please, come on in and enjoy the fitness center as well. But it's a beautiful campus.
And you have a wonderful fine arts program.
Wonderful fine and performing arts program. We have a lovely lineup coming forward for 2024-25. We do Broadway musicals. We do plays. We have dance. You name it, we have it. And it's again, we're a hidden gem off the 101, and I think we can meet whatever that interest you would have. We'll be able to meet that.
And you have a restaurant too that is managed by the students.
Correct. Our culinary program has the Artichoke Grill. We are offering lunches in the semester as we get up and running. It's run by students, prepared by students, served by students, hosted by students, and we have a lunch service program there, as well as a grab and go, which is something that caught on very much during the pandemic and afterwards. And we're very proud of that culinary arts program we have in the Artichoke Grill.
Awesome.
Mark, can I add a comment here?
Sure, absolutely.
So, Eric, when talking about people go to SCC for many different reasons, from my corner today, I've talked a lot about coming out of high school and then going into college. And Eric, I imagine that the average age over at SCC is probably mid-20s, just below that.
You're correct. And I got to sign you up here. You know more about SCC. This is fantastic.
But the reason I bring that up in the mid-20s is there's a lot of local people that want to learn a particular skill, and they just want to go for a few different classes. It doesn't always have to be the traditional, hey, this is where I'm going to go to get my 4-year career. That's great. But there's a lot of people that go there for specialty classes, and that's pretty common over at SCC.
Well, I think and we even touched on the idea that a lot of businesses right now, to keep employees and to attract employees, do tuition reimbursement programs. And SCC is cost efficient, not just for the student, but for businesses that are reimbursing for their students or their employees' education. So I think the culture side of it and what it offers on so many levels is remarkable, and very grateful. Michael, can you just give me a quick way, if we want to learn more about State 48, how we find you?
Yeah, absolutely. State48.com, all spelled out. We don't use the number 48. We're not associated with the brewery. But yeah, all our information there about our retail stores, our foundation, everything you need to know is at state48.com.
Awesome. I very much appreciate you being here. But you know, when you said the word brewery, that all of us, our ears perked up a little bit.
I know why you really like Scottsdale.
Well, whatever.
You got
We're
State 44, right,
Michael, where are the samples? Come on. Thank you. You're a success story about Scottsdale. You're a success story about Scottsdale Community College, and we're proud to have you here today and wish you continued success.
Thank you. It means a lot.
And Dave, tell us how we track you down. You got a lot of different places. Where are people going to be able to find more about the agency and about the...
Thank you. I'm going to give you 2 different websites, but they're both extremely easy, okay? StarWorldWideNetworks.com. That's the network side of our business. And then PrattMarketingAgency.com is the mothership. So there's 2. And as we're talking about websites online, we should mention that, especially after COVID and whatnot. A lot of people like to work from home. I know I'm blessed to work from home because I have an incredible staff. But a lot of people want to take classes online. And SCC does offer that. So I just had to continue doing my good endorsement for you, Eric.
He's going to take your job.
I think
but online, that's really important because there's a lot of working parents that need to be at home or taking care of an elder. They need to be at home, and they can still take online classes. And I think COVID really, stepped that up even more, and SCC was right in alignment. So.
Well, I think that's a great thing to add. And candidly, thank you, Eric, for what you and your team do at SCC, part of our community. The Chamber loves the relationship. We love doing Chamber University. And by the way, Chamber University is not only for Chamber members, it's for the public as well to participate in. And we look at topics every month to bring tangible, tactical points to folks that want to learn. And so ScottsdaleChamber.com, you can learn more about that. But this has really been enlightening. It's great to hear the success stories of businesses and folks that have come through that. We're all artichokes up here. We're all in this space.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're crushing it.
And
we're proud of the artichokes, and we're grateful for what you do for the city of Scottsdale.
Thank you all very much. Thank you for representing the artichokes so well. Fall enrollment is currently underway, so if you're interested in taking some more classes, whether for a degree, whether it's just to keep on that lifelong learning, please visit scottsdalecc.edu. Fall enrollment is happening now, and again, we're proud to be partners with the Scottsdale Area Chamber of Commerce, and so proud of our Artichoke alumni here who just represent us so well. So
nothing like
Chokes.
finding artichokes. And thanks so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it, and thanks to Star Worldwide and Robin and the team for always making it sound and look so great. If you want to learn more, you've got our websites. Come join us again at the podcast for the Scottsdale Area Chamber of Commerce. We're proud to represent the area, and we're proud that you could join us today. Thanks so much.